and welcome back everyone. My name is Jesse Marshall, here for the Winning Agenda with some Twilight Struggle content for the first time in a little while. So welcome back to all of our Twilight Struggle viewers, and for anyone else who's been brought to the channel by Fab content or anything else, feel free to stick around and hear a little bit about Twilight Struggle. It's a game that I love, and as you'll see on the channel, there's a lot of Twilight Struggle games and Twilight Struggle content, with a lot more to come shortly. But what I'm here to do today is something that I haven't really done before, which is talk specifically about the tournaments that I'm involved in. The videos that I post on this channel are usually from either of these two tournaments. The first one, which we've got up here, is the Reddit Twilight Struggle League. We had the first half of the 2021 Reddit Twilight Struggle League season, which took place from January to June, and these are results for that first half year. Every 6 months, there's some rotation and some movement between the divisions. I was in the top division, which I was really pleased about for this 6-month period, and managed to pull out a 4th placed finish, which was really awesome considering I think I started 0-3 at the start of the season. So I was looking at a pretty much automatic relegation from that point, but managed to pull it out with 5-1 win-loss record to finish the season. Young Bay, YB Loves EJ, also known as TS Day, was the champion. One of my favorite games ever against Young Bay, not in this season, but in the last ITSL season actually, was I was playing as the US, and I think I salt negotiation for Voice of America for my last action round on turn 10 to win the game when I didn't actually have any other cards left other than that salt, so I was going to miss my AR7, so that was good fun. But yeah, Young Bay, amazing player and well-deserved win. If you are interested in signing up, as I said, there are 6-month league periods for this league, and the signups have closed. There's a Reddit user called Fruit Strike on the Twilight Struggle subreddit who runs this league. And if you message Fruit Strike directly, I understand they posted on the subreddit the other day saying that if you are interested in being a late entrant into the Reddit Twilight Struggle League for the second half of the year, there are still a few spots open. So do message and get involved. There are currently, I think, 120 players in the last season, of which what I've got here is the top division, so the top 11 players. And then there are level 2 divisions, which will feed into this one. So you can see on the screen here, VB Caesar, JPL Rocket, Zimmerwit, Jimmy HB, and Caveman Crossing all got demoted because of their results this season. So they'll go into the level 2 divisions. And the top 2 finishers from each of the 2 level 2 divisions will come up. So I'll be playing against them in the top division next season. So if you want to get involved and sign up for the league, I think there are 4 levels. So you can start at the 4th level, and I think that's where I started a couple of years ago from some of the very first videos that I posted on YouTube. Have managed to have some good finishes and get promoted up, and have managed to hold on to my spot in the top division this season, which I'm really pleased about. So the next season will start, it's supposed to start in July, but I think it's been pushed back a little bit. The organizer, Fruit Striker, does an amazing job coordinating all of this with 120 players, has had a few personal things going on, so we've pushed back the start just a little bit, I understand it, but I'll probably be bringing you some of my first games from the next season of this league sometime in the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye out for those videos on the channel. The other league that I've been involved in spans an entire year, and that's the International Twilight Struggle League. That's played with a similar number of participants, I think. I haven't actually counted them up, but it might be closer to 200 rather than 120. And rather than being divided into tiers based on previous season's results, this league is divided into sort of geographical conferences. So you can see there's a European conference, which has about half of the players in it, and then a rest of the world conference, which is made up of Oceania and the Americas largely, as well as a few European overflow players thrown in there as well. So you can see this doesn't quite, the whole thing is so wide that I couldn't fit it on one screen grab, but I do have the other, there's a little bit more off to the right, and I've got that on another slide. But the Port Moresby division, which is the one I was in there at sort of the top left of your screen, unfortunately didn't have as good a result as I did in the Ritzel. It's an extremely tough division. You can see there the names that are highlighted in green are the division champions for each division. They get a certain spot in the playoff season. And then the names that are highlighted in blue advance to the main playoffs as well. And then the names highlighted in grey, of which I was one, progress to the silver playoffs, so like the consolation playoffs, if you like, to just have some kind of final series for those players who didn't make the main playoffs. I won one game in the silver playoffs and then was eliminated, but It was a lot of fun playing this season. Again, I had a torrid start, just like I did in the RTSL. I think in the RTSL I started 0-3 and ended up going 5-4 to end up with that pretty good result that you saw a moment ago. In this one, I think I might have started 0-5 or 0-6. It was just like terrible start. So I was pretty happy to pull out a nearly even finish from there with 9 wins and 11 losses. It's a pretty tough field in general, but as I said earlier, you can see in our division there are a couple of people who dropped out, but you can also see that there are a very high number of players from the division that I was in who advanced to the playoffs because their records were good. You can see I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players from the Port Moresby division advanced to the playoffs, including the division champion, compared to some other divisions that had 3, 4, maybe 5 players. So yeah, a really strong division, amazing group of players coming out of Australia, New Zealand and China, as well as James from the UK joining us. And yeah, just really had a lot of fun in these games. You will have seen a lot of them on the channel. Had some, I think I might have lost to almost everybody else in my division. I think I had wins against James, Wayne and Philippe, so the players who ended up below me on the standings. But I was defeated by I think almost either everyone else or almost everyone else in my division, and then had a few wins outside of the division. But yeah, Chrome, Min, Wayne, Richard, Ken and Randolph all played extremely strong seasons, finishing 13-7 or better, and advancing to the playoffs. In terms of other players, you will see that there are a few of the players who have played in the top division of the Reddit Twilight Struggle League scattered throughout these divisions, as well as some other really strong players and friends of the channel. Michael Panettiere, who's a very frequent follower on our Twitch streams, supporter of the channel and tunes into almost every single one of our Twitch streams, finished 12-8 with an excellent record there, and narrowly missed out on making it to the main playoffs, but made it into the silver playoffs as well. Then we've got lots of other players who are really well known to the community. Kayan Fan in the Bristol division in the bottom left there, taking out division champion. I think Kayan was the champion of the whole league last year. And then, of course, Chris Way in the top left, the infamous Sanct, one of the most well-known Twilight Struggle players in the world, actually finishing second to Peter Zhao, one of his countrymen from China, who finished with an amazing 19-1 record. You can see that Michael Striker in the Amarillo division, in the top center of your screen, finished division champion with 15-5. Michael is another one of the strongest players in the world, and someone who I had an amazing match against, again, in the last season of the ITSL. Michael managed to pull out a turn 10 victory when I was very much ahead on the board, killed me with DEFCON using a very creative Red Scare Purge, Terrorism and 5-year plan, I think, to get me. So yeah, lots of really strong players across the board. If you are interested in participating, I'll put a link to the Twilight Struggle League organizing page in the comments. And you can, or in the video description rather, you can go to that website and then there are instructions on how to join the WhatsApp group, how to sign up for the league. It's fantastic fun. It does run over a 12-month period. There are 20 games. As you can see, everyone's played 20 games in that 12-month period, and they're spread across time. So you've got deadlines progressively as to when you have to finish each game. So I find it manageable. It's a lot of fun. You get to play against the best players in the world and make some friends along the way. I will be signing up for the next season. We'll be back with some more content based on the International Twilight Struggle League in the next couple of months once that gets firing. And I wanted to shout out a very special thank you to Luis Rubio and Tassos Manolopoulos, who organize this league and do an unbelievable amount of work putting together, these spreadsheets, making sure that everything is up to date, inputting all the results, keeping everybody organized, putting up with everybody's political views and ideas about the game and ideas about tournament rules. And yeah, there's plenty of discussion as always when you've got this many people who are highly competitive and driven with any game, and it's an entirely fan run thing. So thank you to them for putting it on and keeping us all playing Twilight Struggle, which is a fantastic game. So I did say I would flick over quickly as well to the other couple of divisions that you couldn't quite see on that other screen. So we've got here a lot of really strong players, including Felix Lapan in the top right, the division winner in the Santo Domingo division, who knocked me out of the playoffs. I made the playoffs last year in the ITSL, and Felix was the one who knocked me out. He's a fantastic player and finished 16-4. I think a lot of the kind of players who've been around a bit longer, Felix hasn't kind of played for as long in tournaments as some of the others. and some of the previous champions like Zimowit Pazerski, who you can see in the bottom right division there, came third. One of the best known players, and I think my most recent game up on YouTube is a game against him from the top division of the RTSL. He and others have commented how Felix Lapin's play has not only developed over the last couple of years, but has become quite preeminent in terms of his skill and execution of his plans. So well done to Felix, well done to all the other players who had strong results, all those who made playoffs, and all of those who just exceeded their expectations or just had a lot of fun in the league. Thanks for being a part of it. Everyone being a part of it makes it a lot of fun. Hope you've enjoyed watching my videos over the last 12 months from this league and from the RTSL, and I will be back with more Twilight Struggle content in the next little while. Until then, hope you enjoy the Flesh and Blood deck techs and all the other content on the channel, and take care, look after yourselves wherever you are in the world, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Cheers.